Welcome into Three Questions with Ivan Maisel, where Ivan brings his insight in all things college football to us on a weekly basis. Ivan, the wait is over. College football season is here. Week 1 is here. Before we talk week 1, got to talk about week 0 and Scott Frost's tough loss in Ireland to Northwestern. Is he going to finish the year at Nebraska? What are your thoughts on that?
He's starting out with an easy one, huh? Yeah, I think so, JD. You know, we're so anxious for college football that we put a lot of emphasis on what happens the first week, the first 2 weeks. It's a long season. He's in a new role. He's never not called plays before. And I think he just got so wrapped up in the game, he just made a bad call on the onside kick. Now, that doesn't excuse what happened for a quarter and a half after that. It looks like Nebraska's got issues in terms of self-belief. And why wouldn't they? They've lost a lot of close games. But you get a lot ironed out after the first week or two. So I'm not ready to draw any conclusions from that loss.
I like that. I like what you said about self-belief, too. Obviously, dropping a game in the fashion they did doesn't help that, but still a long season, a lot of games left to be played. We pull for Scott Frost here. Looking forward to week 1. What is the game that you are watching most closely with this loaded slate?
Well, I'm going to Columbus, and I'm really curious about Ohio State because they seem to be putting such an emphasis on we have unfinished business. We left a lot to be done last year, and that kind of motivation for teams of that level usually works pretty well when you got that kind of talent. So I'm curious to see how good they are coming out of the box against a talented team. And Notre Dame is good, and nobody's given them a chance. But so that's a game I'm really looking at closely, and of course Cincinnati, Arkansas, just to see where those guys are after 2 very successful seasons last year. And then here and there, I'll keeping an eye on of course, all the new coaches, LSU, USC, Oklahoma, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot to look forward to this weekend.
The college football season is upon us, and with it comes all the storylines. But I like what you said about Ohio State. Unfinished business continues to be the theme over there in Columbus. Speaking of their unfinished business, they want to get back to the college football playoff. What are your college football playoff picks before this whole thing gets up and rolling?
Boy, I'm going to go way out on that limb. Alabama, Ohio State, and Georgia seem to be a step ahead, if not 2 or 3 steps ahead of everybody else. I think the 4th team, there's a lot of room to guess. And a team I like that nobody's talking about for that spot is Utah. They've got a lot of people coming back. They're the defending league champions. And I think on that topic of unfinished business, they feel like they let one go at the Rose Bowl last year, and they probably feel like nobody's talking about them. So the schedule's manageable, tough late season game at Oregon, but I like the Utes.
Utah, that team that's sort of just hanging back in the shadows, and every single year, every November, December, they're always a player, it sounds like, especially in that Pac-12 conference. Well, Ivan, appreciate you coming on. As always, I know you are extremely busy as the college football season is here in full force. But folks, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We hit Ivan with 3 questions every single week. Ivan, safe travels and enjoy your college football Saturday.
You too, JD. We'll talk to you next week.
Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.